Hello everybody, it's Todd with A to Z Building Solutions. I need to get a story out there about there was a news report done on myself, my partner, and our company that's absolutely not true. I want to show the video that she showed and then our evidence. We are a very good company, we are very good contractors, and we would never do what this person is saying, and we can prove everything is not true. I'm going to start a page showing what goes on in the construction world, with everything from inspectors to trades to everything out there that goes on, so that people need to see what goes on out here. But first things first, Donna Britnell, aka Robin Prindle, has started a news story, and I'm about to explain this news story and show what's wrong with it.
A Calgary homeowner says a renovation project meant to create an
Now I'm going to pause it right there because there's a gas meter. You see, the first thing is a gas meter. In her report, they're saying we hit the gas meter. Now, the tractor, it's a very small space, bumped in just under the meter. It wasn't underground, it was by the union, which we had it taken care of immediately. We've been doing this for 20 years, and we had ADCO there. Nobody was in danger. We had fixed everything. So that's the first thing that you're going to see in this story.
Space for her disabled brother has turned into a costly and
Now, when you look at this picture, when you go into the news, there's the framing. I need everybody to notice that the framing, look at that picture. The framing's done properly. You can see the insulation's done. The soundproofing's done. So I want you to look at that right there, at that picture. Now let's keep going.
Contentious dispute. She accuses a contractor of doing work without proper approvals and says he threatened to rip out the renovation after being fired.
There's the ceiling of that. Now you can hear the story as I'm going along. All the ceiling was done. Now I voice text, which I'm not going to do anymore. So we had an argument. This woman was abusive to all our staff, would yell at them, which you're going to see future. I've got proof that we've asked her many times to stop abusing our staff. But I just want you to show this, and anybody can see this story on CTV News. I'm going to continue.
He is now investigating the business. Mark Villani reports.
I asked them, what's this going to look like? Oh, it doesn't matter what it looks like.
Donna Prindle is unhappy with work completed by her contractor.
They've done things like create these really low ceilings.
Pointing to
I'm pausing it right there because as you hear, she said we've done things like creating really low ceilings. Well, it's a legal basement suite, and a legal basement suite needs its own heating system. Brand new furnace, brand new HVAC. So that is why the ceiling's low. Anybody who knows construction will say we need to drop the ceiling for all the duct runs and all our heat runs. That's why we've done that.
Problems and drawings she says she never approved for a wheelchair accessible basement suite for her brother.
Barely wide enough to wheel a wheelchair through. There's no flush wall here now.
Prindle says she found contractor Todd Walton and his company A to Z Building Solutions online.
Now I'm going to pause that because she shows, and it is, I just need to show something here. So everything was approved by Donna. Everything was wheelchair approved, and I'll get more into this on another page. I don't want to bore everybody and go too long, but we had all our approvals. I'm quickly going to show. Actually, let's just finish the story here quickly, guys.
Seeing positive reviews. The project included a 2-meter deep wheelchair ramp, but after months of work.
As you see her trying to go down the stairs there, we had started the excavation for the wheelchair ramp. It's no problem. And the only reason they say that it's gone on for 2 months is because we needed approval from the city, which we got. They're saying that we started to do work without approval. Now, we did our locates. We got approval locates before we started digging, which are right here. Okay, absolute 100% approval before we started.
Her brother still has nowhere to stay. She says little progress was made and fired the contractor.
Now, she says little progress was made and her brother has nowhere to stay. It's not true. When I met her in the very beginning of this project, she said there's no rush. Her brother's not even in the wheelchair yet. Unfortunately, he has MS, but he's not in wheelchair bound yet. He's in Toronto and said that she would rather me do the upstairs first, which I'm going to get into, because she doesn't mention that we renovated the upstairs. which is not part of the contract.
When I asked him to leave the property, I was threatened and told that I was going to have liens put on my house.
Speaking to CTV News, Todd Walton denies any wrongdoing.
We sent her the third drawing.
So when there was never, I didn't threaten with any liens unless she didn't pay the final bill. We have to protect ourselves as contractors, like I protect all my customers, which I have here, a bond. We have a prepaid contractor's license. You cannot take money down without a prepaid contractor's license legally. We have a prepaid contractor's license. This woman has maliciously tried to destroy my life, my career, and my company. We are on Trusted Pros. We've won #1 renovator for 2025. Let's just go through more, and I'll show so much more. I just want to go through anything else she said.
To move the pantry. Everything we've done with the city of Calgary's been inspected and passed.
Walton showed us drawings he says were approved, but Prindle disputes that and says the situation escalated.
You're about to find out who we are. And I said, are you threatening?
So she's saying I'm about to find out who we are. Now, she's taken everything and making it look like I threatened her. It was never a threat. I said, you're about to find out who we are because we're going to protect ourselves. We have our licenses. We have everything to do what we do. We are totally professional. So with her saying, she's making it sound like I threatened to hurt her, which was never true. I'm going to mention that really quick too. She got a restraining order and lied on the restraining order, which I'll show in future paperwork. It's very important to me that this gets out there. I'm not running from this story. This story isn't true. I've got so much more to show. But on the news story, she says very little was done. Well, I've got so much paperwork to show, but the plumbing was done, the HVAC was done, the electrical was done, the framing was done, the soundproofing was done, the laundry upstairs was done, the floor upstairs was done, there was a garage door installed. There's so much. We had like 30 days left at her job. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to post this story, have a look at this one to start off, and then I'll show you lots more so that we can prove that everything is, what she's saying is so not true. And I've also got all the inspections passed by the city of Calgary. I'll show all that paperwork tomorrow. So please look at the story because some people like to judge before they hear anything. And I am about to show everything to show that absolutely we did our job. Absolutely we are a good company. And I need to get the truth out there about everything. Thanks, guys.